Fire people, welcome back, Agent BLASE FLAMMA. Um, Welcome back to Gold Finally Monday, man. The weekend's just so long, dude. We're finally back, so let me get one thing straight. Let me get these things cleared. Okay, my clean setup. Okay, so perfect. Knowing you, there's nothing today, actually. As you know, Mondays are usually the day that I would say you shouldn't trade, but still, I'm there just in case. But these last Mondays have been kind of slow, so I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't trade today. What I do know is that today's bullish, and well, look at this gap from today. Okay, and I don't think anything here. Okay, so CRT for me would be here, but again, already passed it. So already passed this one and passed this one, so it's gonna be my this and this as well. So wait, okay, 6 follower. David Joan followed me, perfect man. Appreciate that on Twitch. Appreciate people every time you do something for me, man. We live in, yeah, man. Welcome back. Welcome back, people. So, perfect. Everything's running well. So again, this will be my range for the day. But again, price looking bullish after this cap. And for me, gold is going back after these past weeks been bearish. So yeah, what happened here, man? Okay, let me do something else. Okay. So yeah, entries. I hope so, man. Let me get my range. Gonna be this up already. I'm gonna put it on this high. Since already passed. Okay, this is gonna be my range for the day. But hey, it is what it is. Okay. But I mean, today Mondays, I don't I don't really, I don't have any expectations for the day. What I do expect though is price to be moving slow, and that's it. Mondays are typically days, and Fridays as well. But all the Fridays, I don't know why, but they end up being tradable. Although I shouldn't trade Fridays and Mondays. You know, that's everything. That's something that everyone knows. But if there's a setup, then I would trade it. There you go, Team Maxer. Yep. Philosophy is spot on. Monday short, Tuesday buys, my philosophy. I mean, yeah, today buying, which is true. And then all this liquidity on the next day is gonna be what? It's gonna be sweep. That's for sure. So I mean, this is a good price action. This is not even bad. Wait, let me close my. It went back. Okay, so see. So I will wait for price. I'm looking for longs today, maybe easily, since price has been bullish. It's kind of complicated for it to actually be bearish, but although also there could be retracements. So I'm gonna wait 3 to 4. If that happens at 3, then at 3:30, and then 3:15 and 3:30, and then maybe 4. So, but again, it's not something I expect price to be. Okay. Just wait for price actually to be bullish. Okay, got my confluences in here. Again, very chill today since it's gonna be. Well, let me see what happens. Oh no, it should be 30. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, all set. Let me see what happens today, man. That's 3. And now let me see what's happening. Okay, so it took the bullish. Today started with this mega gap. Wow, man. If you're long, it's low. What is this, dude? What is this? I went back to 300. Retrace a little bit in a session and get pushing. Accumulated and retrace a little bit as well. Look at this, 200,000 as well. Respected that perfectly. Then went on, and now so I will expect retracement. So basically, I will wait for price to push. I mean, today's bullish. That's not something you would not deny, right? So I expect price to be bullish a little bit, and maybe retracement. Even now, price could just retrace a little bit or live without me, since this as well could have been the retracement I was waiting for. I mean, just look at the pattern here. Price makes accumulation and then retrace a little bit, accumulate it and retrace a little bit. So these kind of things that it's not every day you see this, but you can see that every day, although you may not. But for example, if this opportunity things happen, it's an opportunity to actually spot and say, hey, the same thing is happening here, so expect price to just continue to be bullish. Throughout the day has been like that since, look at this, accumulated. Okay, in this moment, manipulation, then retrace a little bit and then continue to push, and the exact same thing on this. Accumulated, it manipulated, and then retraced. So well, I'm just gonna wait for price to see what it actually does. That's it. Okay, so but today, I mean, seeing price is not something I like to trade. But hey, in terms of range, in terms of my strategy, it's a good setup. Since, well, price accepted, went back to it, went to half level, respected it as well, close to 30, 25. Okay, now again, and there's a 50 level here, so I will expect price to respect here and go back at least to CRTH, and then from then just go on. You know, at the end I have my confidence as well, but I want to see my overflow and see what's happening. But hey, everything's looking good, so today shouldn't be anything wrong. I don't know, this time it should be napping time. There's like 3 p.m. You go after job, you ride home after job, after school. But for me, man, it's just I don't know, this like kind of I just keep watching. Nasdaq is pushing as well, and gold is pushing. So today should be a really bullish day. I mean, since last week it's been very kind of bearish. Although there were days that at Asia session price started to move crazy and ended up being bullish, but still was bearish. And finally, price went back close to 300, 500, 3, 4, 500. I think it's gonna go back to it. You know, this couple past days, where price actually stayed at 300, went back a lot, and then went up again. So I'm just gonna wait to see what actually happens. Now price is pushing up, so 15 is gonna be, oh, this could have been a good entry. Look at this price, 40. Wow, that could have been a good entry. But again, for me, I wouldn't trade now. I would say, oh, but this game is pushing. You could push and miss out, yeah. But again, I'm waiting for that again. Acceptance to fake out rejectance. You know, go fake out is gonna be rejectance. Go back to the old balance, rebalance, and then boom. You know, go back and finally take that bullish pull. It really depends on the person, since okay, what's one of the big things? Wow, dude, what this gold did, man? Savage. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so price again. I might missed out, but it is what it is. There's no use, so that's one thing to say here. I don't think price is gonna go back for a while. It's gonna push. I think it's gonna push, and that's it. It's gonna be on 350, 355. That's the next level as well. No, 355. I don't know. We actually to see what happens here at this price. But again, if price comes back from it, this one 355. Let me see what happens. Okay. If it goes to 35 and 55, yeah, perfect. And then my entry would be around this level. 45 is one. So that already counts for a long, okay? But price, of course, it could go back as it's going now. This is just, this will be tracement. But still, we'll be waiting for it. Green, perfect. 45, it's a 45.50, okay. And then as well, you got 50 here, just kind of respecting now. It's kind of normal, this price, but I still think that's gonna drop. You know, for example, here price respecting this one first and then retraced, went up back again, and most people say just support resistance. Again, that sucks, and my strategy is not based on that. You may say whatever, but again, for me, it's not. For example, price close to 50, so it's kind of normal. Again, respected here, went back, and respected as well at 40. 41, but 40 was close. Kind of just wait, and that's it. Oh wait, my bad. And then just gonna be perfect. Look how price actually respected it. So the first 15 minutes, price has been bullish. I think that I might wait, you know. I should have waited for price maybe to pull back a little bit and then continue. Or maybe I should have entered here soon, you know, to actually go. I mean, if I saw this candle, I said obviously go. I mean, if price just goes to the moon without a smash setup, then I would not trade. That's it. It's not part of my bias. Not part of my. Well, it's actually part of my bias. It's gonna be bullish, but if it's not part of my plan and there's no setup for me, then I shouldn't. So yeah, it's gonna continue. I'm gonna wait though for this. Maybe price could respect it again if it goes back to 53. But I thought at least it was gonna go to 55, but still wait. Just create a new high and a new high and a new high, but at some point I will have to wait for price actually to retrace more, not just like this, you know. This will be accumulation. But again, I'm still 11 minutes for New York Open, so I'm just gonna wait. At this point, I'm just gonna wait. That's something you should do. This point, yeah, here. Just wait for it, and that's it. So it's gonna go to 55. Let me see what happens there. If price continues to go up, which it possibly be, I think that for my retracement, I don't think it's gonna go back to it, you know, 45 after this massive movement. I think it's gonna continue on its own. Maybe price could just reject from this level and finally go back, you know, but I truly don't think so. I think it's gonna still gonna push, and that's it. It already broke levels on this one. It's gonna push. And let me go for the 5 minutes. I mean, dude, it's kind of going up. Look, there's level here as well. There's 62. If price gets there, I mean, the problem is it's not that big of a gap on the 5 minutes. But looking at 52, it's not that big either. But I don't know. At the moment, I'm not gonna trade. I'm just gonna wait for New York Open to see what happens. Maybe if price goes back a little bit, makes a retracement, which is not doing. Oh, of course, I'm at 1 minute as well. So, okay, it's going to push for the 55. But I have my limits around 50 maybe for entry, maybe a retracement maybe at half of this range. Since, for example, if I have a top 55 and bottom as 50, then I have like 53.50 as my entry, or 52 as well. 52.50, that would be a good entry, like half, you know. Although like that, since, but you know what, although I always say 50 and 55 and 50, numbers that end with 0 and 5 are most likely to be, you know, for example, 0, 0, 0, and 500, something like that, or like this, 55 and 50. That times, most of the time as well, price will just respect this one and that's it. Although it's half of these two levels, price actually tends to respect this. I don't know why, but at the end, that's why I have a clearing as well. Mentally talking, mentally and psychology, it's a good price to buy and a good price to sell. So that's why it's filled with our volume from traders, because for them it's a massive opportunity to actually do something in the market. So, but let me see. I mean, so I'm gonna be 1 hour here just talking to what's actually happening on the markets. Come on, dude. But I don't know. For me, I don't know. Truly, it's just something that. Okay. They actually respected it. Perfect. Looking for something. They actually retraced at 55. Wow. Good retracement. Good rejectance, but I'm still gonna wait. This could be just a retracement as well and then continue to go. You know, actually this is a good thing for my entries. Of course, when you enter, you want price to just continue. Of course, in a bullish case, if you had a long, but at the same time, it's actually good to have a structure, because you have actually a knowledge that, like, a kind of confirmation off. Okay, so our structure is gonna continue to push because the highs are being higher, the lowers are being higher as well. That's actually a continuation. Because if you only see price continuing, I just know that at any moment price could just reverse quick and then as well take you out. So that's why I kind of like for price to actually have a structure, you know. But of course, the moment you see price tending to go up back to your entry, most people will panic. But again, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong as well to, you know, kind of for it to push, and that's it. But let me see. But again, it's not a bad price action. It's not bad. But again, on my time sort of trading, which would be free from 4:30 max 5 p.m. Nothing wrong. Although after 5 p.m. is when actually gold starts to move. You know, next session, almost almost closing in New York, and as well close to open of Asia session. It's actually kind of good movement of gold. You know. So just let me see what price what movement is gonna be. Okay, good. Okay, as I told you, you know, 30.52.50 price respected perfectly. I could have a good entry there since it was the minute as was. Okay, so the thing is, what could be the next level? This is just pushing and pushing and pushing. Look at this movement. And then nothing is happening, so 60 as well. Oh, look at this thing. I think our price now could start accumulating a bit before open, and then at open there could be a movement if there is any. If there's any, but if not, I will. The next one would be 60 since, but again, it's just missing out. I'm just pointing my key levels. At the same time, you know, I'm not entering because I want to enter, but I say way too much, and price just continues to go south. There could be another retracement, and you think that price is gonna go lower, and you wait for that to get a perfect entry. But of course, since you waited too long, you missed another one. So it's the same thing. It's always the same thing, man. You might have the bias, but again, the entry must be spot on. And once you actually try to enter, price actually goes lower. So that's trading, man. There's nothing fixed, you know. That's why in experience, you need to be looking at the chart. Although you will not be trading, but you know, I mean, one thing as well I could do is with alarms. Since actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Since price actually is going to be, you know, then let me do an alarm, and that's it. Because one thing I could do is set up my signals, my own signals, for example, on TradingView. Set an alarm and say, okay, if price reaches this point, reaches this price, where is it, man? If market reaches this price, let me know, you know. But what is the price? Oh, here, 55 alert, perfect, and then an alert on 50. I mean, now price looking for this range. This is what I was looking for price to reject and kind of accumulate. I really thought price was going to keep pushing since I thought, okay, at least there's going to be a rejection because 55 is not a bad price to actually sell. But I didn't expect for it now to be accumulation, although as well, it's normal for it to happen. Now it's kind of accumulating, you know, it's kind of looking like this. Pushes off with strong intention and strong movement, but then it starts to kind of move, slow down a little bit, and then from this, when you see kind of this movement like a V inverted, you know, like a triangle, this at this point where price starts to like move like this, accumulate like a barcode, and you even may see a strong movement then going up, but then it will just reverse. This is the moment that you like to see. Of course, as well, this could happen like manipulation. It could happen as well. It happens. I want to say a lot of times, but it happens. This is actually when I want to trade. If you want to go for a sell, But again, this is what we want to see, like the V, V inverted, like a triangle, and that's it. Because you want price to actually start and kind of accumulate a little bit, because price is not gonna be pushing and pushing and pushing, or higher, or pushing lower and lower and lower, and that's it. It must have a structure. So most times what it does is just kind of pushes a little bit, pushes strong, then accumulates, and then goes back to it, goes back to the bias, original bias, which in this case would be bullish. Or okay, cross, that's a good thing. Okay, oh, nice sound. Sound like a smoke alarm from the black. Like a smoke alarm from, yeah, from house. Kind of weird sound. Okay, so okay, so a lot of things going on. Whoa, just push. Sorry, I missed that. Truly, I'm seeing lots of things. So yeah, dude, you're just gonna push like this. So yeah, I'm having a lot of absorption now. I'm seeing the volume, and again, as I told you, 52 was actually the level to trade. Looking for that buy. Again, the next one will just be this one. There's 31 already. That was a good movement from price. Good thing that's actually bullish. So for me today, at this setup, oh wait, what a limit. I will be looking for a bullish movement. That's it. Oh, whoa, whoa, wait me 34, man. What is this? Oh yeah, I forgot. Forget about it. Okay, so price is going without me. That's a bad thing. Yeah, it's kind of pushing too much. What is this, dude? Okay, so expect at any moment to price to go lower. This is not normal. I mean, it's not normal. I mean, there's something that could happen. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm going to wait for price to actually be here. 330 to 13. At least I have to go for a double. 15. Yeah, let me go for that. I expected for price to maybe accumulate to go back, but again, I mean, it already did here, so it doesn't have to go back again to take out people and then continue to go. Maybe it will do it later after all the movement, but for now it's not. So forget about that. That's why I already set my limit around these levels. But I will see what happens. So I'll be looking for this. I was not for blackout. If you see me like blank out or maybe stare at the chart, I mean the chart. No, I'm doing some other business, so I think so. I mean, I had to be looking all time at different things. That's why it's something that kind of missed the movement. So again, now what I would do is I would expect wait for retracement. That's a good thing. Told you we went to 60. It did. That is a big retracement. I mean, look at this. Oh, so I'll wait for retracement and then find the price to continue to go, and that's it. Again, at this point, you will like, oh, your limit, if you actually activated it, it will be triggered. But when you see this moving, you're kind of, oh, now you're seeing a potential move. Wait for more. Pull it down a little bit more. The thing is, you have to take a risk. You cannot be, you know, waiting always for more and more and more. There will be times that yes, it will be right on it, but if you always wait for it, you'll always miss it, and that's something. Again, kind of look back and then go back to the charts. I kind of missed it. I mean, it's incredible. So again, if I had my limit at 57, actually was actually the middle of 60, I would have a good entry. But I want to see what happens with this because you know this movement was crazy. But also the retracement, that's a good thing. That confirms as well that prices intend to go higher. But of course with the structure, that's what you want to see. But look at this, man. If I enter actually from here, look at this movement. That's why if you miss the first 15 minutes, the next one should be in New York. The problem is when this open, there's a lot of volatility, and price tends to accumulate a lot since there's a lot of traders actually hopping in. I mean, in New York, in America, it's gonna be like 9:30, so it's normal. In the United States, a lot of traders actually trade in New York and gold as well, and more in Nasdaq. So just push. Nasdaq just push, man. So I'm gonna wait. You know, Nasdaq is actually good on New York. It's one of the best pairs for New York Open, man. So wait. I'll wait for price to actually go. This will be next 60, you know, and then having price. Although it could go back to 55, but I'm gonna be looking bad. Let me look. Just let me look too. As well, I'm doing something with this. Okay, perfect. So my entry should be in here, and I will be looking at DSTV. That's it. But again, this would be perfect, you know, entering. Okay, perfect. That's a perfect thing. I'm gonna go back again at I think at 60, 70, 56 it was, 57.50. I think it will be great, you know, to have it, and then I'll have my kind of here at 4, risking 4 to actually go for it. But price could just push, you know, that's one thing as well. This will not be a bad trade, but I need to be careful now because look at this price accumulating. I need to be careful that price will not, you know, I mean, there's 65 there, there's 70. Even though I make a long, I need to be sure that price, I need to be sure actually that price will not reverse and go back to it, because at the end, entering from here after this movement, it's kind of complicated actually to go, you know. That's why I need to be careful with that. So let me see what happens actually. Okay, so but it's gonna continue, man. It's just gonna stop. Right, dude. I'm looking now at Nasdaq as well. Kind of pushing now. Okay, let me see if there's any comments on streams. Nothing as well. Good. But I'm getting a lot of absorptions, man, from selling. I mean, I'm just waiting for that retracement, final retracement, you know, for price to actually get back to 70, 57. Maybe it won't, maybe it will go back to 60 as it already did. And then from here, just continue of it. But if I enter at least from this, man, it will be great already. 50, you know. But of course, it was too early for me. I was just expecting even more retracement, but I think that's a good thing because if price was rejected already here and made retracement, that will make me think different. That will make me think a different way on today's price action. But I don't know. Yeah, price going. I mean, as well, I could miss this. But let me see. But it's just gonna push, man. Just gonna push. Okay, so price just going on without me. I think I should move it to 60. That's the next one. If it doesn't, it's gonna be very bad. Not bad, but you know it's gonna. But from here to here, that's gonna be very profit. Let me take out the. Where's the alarm, man? There's kind of alarm here. Nope. Yeah, here. I'll just take it out. Okay. Okay, So yeah, price actually going back as I knew it would. Now the thing is, if I'm actually gonna go for this, or this could be the rejectance. Now I'm just gonna wait. At this point, close to 5, close to 4. 15 minutes. But a lot of volume, man. Okay, went back. And although if it doesn't, I'm just gonna wait. 60. Okay, respecting it a little bit. That's a good thing. Okay. I kind of accumulating, after this movement. Then if you see me not talking for a while, just doing stuff, managing clients as well, reading chat and looking at order flow, and then looking at the charts as well. So all day within the Mac. When I have my setup, that's gonna be incredible, man. I'll have like 3 charts. I'm gonna feel like oh. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna wait for price now. I don't know what actually to do now. Just wait. I think I'm gonna have no limit yet. I'll have it around this level, around 56, 55 actually, close to it, and see what actually price does. Look for a quick 20, and then waiting to lose like 4 around here, 50. Although gotta be careful, since 50 as well as a price that price could easily go and get, but again, I cannot be a 4-2, but it's so tight now. Look at this. Well, I made it not that tight, but it will be good. Okay, I'll just wait for price actually as well. I'll be looking around these levels to actually go for the long as well. This could be the final maybe rejectance. this could be it, but I mean 70 as well. I don't think so since today's bullish. Maybe price could just be, but now at this point I'm just gonna wait for price to, for time to be 5, and then from then enter. I'm just gonna wait. Look at this, I entry at 60. Wow man, I knew it. 60 was should have been the entry. I'm just gonna wait. I mean, I see this could just be a pullback and go back, but around these levels should be good. I have as well mine at 55, not 50, but 55 could be good, but this will be as well the new range. So again, I'll be waiting for price. If price gets at this level, buying will be complicated since it will already be a new high, and it's complicated when you go, buying at all-time highs now, but at high. So I'm gonna wait. And now the middle is actually perfect since it's 60. It matches with price psychology, and as well it's in the middle of this kind of discount and premium. This AMT now. Oh, it's kind of easy. It's kind of fast that it did it, but well. But I mean, as well, this could be the reversion. It would not be bad to think about it. Look, price starts to accumulate now, and it starts to reverse. Although this as well, this could just be a pullback since at this price says it's actually 50. There's 60. So it's not kind of mad to actually think for it to make a trace or kind of pullback now since finally reached this one. But I mean, I don't know. It's been bullish all day. Being bearish now. At least you should be in at a succession, kind of wait for that. I'm just gonna wait now, since price is already starting to. Okay, final back. So, let's find it down. Just gonna wait now. Okay. Okay, now goal is doing what I said we'll do. It's gonna be a retracement, and that's it. 8 minutes for price to hit 4, and we'll be in 30 minutes too fast, man. Okay. Again, this could be a retracement or reversal. Would not be that bad. Wow. Kind of strong, pushing like that. Perfect. Let me see what happens actually. Perfect. Now this could be the moment to say that yeah, price went there, kind of accumulating now at these levels, and let's say it gets here at 60. If it gets to 60, this could be a good entry as well. At 55 is not bad, but of course you have what 45 down, and you got as well 50 levels, which is this one. That's why the stop was there. I mean, there's a lot of entries to make. The question is which one is actually the one that price will actually react to. I mean, I think everyone. So, but of course you gotta decide whether to actually go for it and or not. That's it. But at the moment, my bias is still bullish. I'm looking for more longs, but I'm just gonna wait and hold. Now it wanna be a good I mean, it would be good if you want a long, but still looking at this price. Let me look at the higher time frames. Kind of rejecting, reversing a little bit, so I'm just gonna wait for it. You know, I'm not gonna be too quick about it. Not waiting for what, 1 hour? So that's it. Just wait for it. At this point, just wait. Okay. And the truth is, now I'm seeing Nasdaq, and that's what I said about Nasdaq. You know, the thing with Nasdaq is simple. The difference with gold is simple. Is this: Nasdaq could be accumulating for a long time, and I mean long time, and I could be meaning hours, hours before New York open, or an important date, or important what, important news. And then after that, for example, New York open, it will just continue to, it will just make a good movement, and after that, just continue and continue, continue. The good thing is with Nasdaq, continuation is so crazy, man. You just continue without any stop. That's the thing about Nasdaq. That's why I like it so much. But at the same time, you need to be careful with Nasdaq, since it looks like an investment with a stock. It's like blue chip, you know, prices at Nasdaq. For example, blue chip will price at Nasdaq, and it will go low, low, low. It's still low, and then boom, continue. You know, like a stock. Although I mean, Nasdaq is high. Is the 100 stocks, companies, tech companies, top 100 companies from the United States. So, but that's one thing I like about it. It just continue. Of course, it will be the same thing for the downside, you know. But if you got Nasdaq in a state where it's actually like this in gold, it's kind of you know. The good thing with gold is more stable. I'm not saying that gold doesn't have continuation. It does. It does have continuation. That's why I trade it. But again, if we compare volatility within these two pairs, based on what I've seen and traded, of course, I would say Nasdaq is more. So I don't know what to say now. But again, this is kind of accumulation for me. Although make a lot, but for me, this is kind of accumulation. It's not that much. Again, it made a good movement, but there was not a structure there. It's gonna be 5, actually gonna be 4. The thing is, I could be looking now for what, for a sell, but again, for what to go for here. I just wait now. Again, as well, if not gonna trade today, there's no worries. I mean, there's no need to not to trade. So I'll just wait for 4 past 4 and see what happens. If there's something interesting to happen, if not, then well, that's it. I'm not trading. There's no worries about it. But at the moment, I'm just gonna wait. You know, the thing is about trading is you just need a lot of patience. You might wait 1 hour, you might wait something, but at the end, that's it. You know, it gets to a point where the only thing you need to do is just wait for your setup to be made. You know, the thing you actually like to trade, a high probability trading setup, and if it doesn't happen, then you just wait. And if it still doesn't happen, then do not trade, and that's it. But always respecting your rules, because at the end, the more you disrespect yourself, well, the more you don't respect your rules, the more you're not, you know, the more discipline, the less discipline you're actually being. So in the long term, it's going to be complicated for you. So at the end, it's a long term, it's a business, and you want to actually return positive returns. And to actually get those returns, I mean, you could gamble for days, you'll have a good streak winning, but again, this is a long term. If you gamble that much, you're just gonna end up losing, man. You cannot be doing that. You can do that in a funded and still pass it and still have a payout. Because for example, for me, those fundeds I passed, I wouldn't say gamble in a way, but my taxes on, depending on that type of account or capital, for example, so 25k, 50k, for me, I would consider them low, actually. It's not complicated to pass them depending on prop firm. For example, if they ask you 4%, 6%, I mean, for 50k and 25k, they will ask you 5 to 6, or even to 4 to 6. Well, for me, I mean, it's not that complicated to actually trade that. But of course, if you end up in drawdown now, for example, you start a prop firm, a funded, and you start in drawdown, it's gonna be complicated because it's gonna be double already. For example, your max limit a day is to lose 1,000. your daily loss is 1,000 and 2,000 is the maximum you could lose. Well, I mean, losing 1,000 already at the start, and you have to make 4K. You already need to make 5K in order to pass it. You know, it's that's the thing with fundeds. I mean, they're not for me. They're not complicated to pass in terms of goals and what they ask. Of course, there are times that depending on on the platform on the platform is more complicated than the others, but most of them, the majority of them are actually the same. They ask always for 4 to 6, of course, depending on which one you choose and the price they have, but they typically are all the same, you know. But of course, that's why if you start a funded and you already on drawdown, it's gonna be complicated because now what you have to do is to go back where you started, and of course you still can lose, but of course you can win. But you know, starting drawdown is complicated. The truth is, the difference with funded for me is always the same thing. For me, a funded, I can spend 1 week to pass it. Easily, I could pass a funded on 1 day. Now we're talking about instant funding or funders are actually fast to pass. Maybe a phase 1, phase 2. There's 2 phases. For example, for me, the first one I did, they actually made it was funding picks. I think the start of me was last year. I think it passed it, and phase 1 was actually easy to pass. But of course, there's phase 1, phase 2, and then you get funded. You'll go now live with that, and you can actually receive payouts if you may, of course. But again, getting funded is not complicated. The problem actually comes later. Of course, in funded in a challenge, you can start with drawdown. For example, a lot of times I end up in drawdown. I started drawdown, 25K, 100K, and then I just reverse the situation, and I've been good. You know, continue, and at the end I end up being funded. Of course, getting the payouts is the most complicated thing. At the end, that money is not real still, although it may say it's live. The thing is not real. But of course, we already paid for the challenge. And let's say you pay $100, you pay $200 depending on the challenge, whereas 50K, 100K, and 200K. It still sucks, and you feel something when you lose that money. Not when you lose, but when you lose the challenge, it's like you paid for it. You know, it's a product you already paid. So I don't know, but for me again, fundeds means nothing. Of course, I mean, I spend a lot of money in fundeds, and you can still lose a lot of money from fundeds. But for me, if I could tell you something, advice, truly go for live. I mean, if you can afford to pay, for example, 10 fundeds of 100K each, that's 1K. And that would be, for example, maybe 10K funded. They're actually 100, 5K is 70, close to it. So then go live. If you can deposit live, not $20, $30 like I do, you know, start from low capital to actually grow it, to show you can actually do it. Although I could just gamble it away and that's it, but no, you know, if you can make deposit, that go for live. I mean, with live you can make a lot of money. The good thing is the leverage, depending on the broker, that's true, but you can have a leverage, for example, 1 to 100, and depending on pair you use. I mean, Nasdaq CFDs, well, in this case NAS 100, like this one, compared to gold. 0.001 here is too low. It's like cents. It's not even euros, it's cents already, you know. But I don't know, depends on you people. For me, at the end, you will end up getting a live, whether like it or not, maybe not. We just trade funded and that's it. But I mean, for me, you need to trade live. Trading live, it just you know, you get to a point where you just have to do it. Because, well, for a simple reason that at the end, because alive, those feelings that you actually feel are real. You know, you don't want to lose. And when you feel things, you are more conscious about it, and you're like, okay, now I'm losing real money. Money I use for what? Money I paid, I put on this account by what? By having a job or the businesses. And when you start to lose real money on the charts, not just funded when you not a challenge when you fail it. Yeah, you will lose money. Maybe you will lose $100 and everything. But when you lose that in real, when you see that losing by maybe 100, 200 minutes, man, you know, it's kind of complicated. But I mean, it is what it is. as well. So well, guess I should wait for this actually. Can I continue to go? Okay, wait for it. Okay, so actually price I should have went here, but it's already past 4. Nothing happened. I don't know what to say actually. I will wait for 30 minutes and nothing happens. So I'm not gonna trade. That's it. Not even 30. I'm just gonna wait for 10 more minutes, and I'm just gonna not trade. But again, it's a good thing, you know. As you see me, I said, Blade, you just spent 1 hour doing nothing. I mean, no, I just waited, and still trading one funded although. So, but that's the point. You wait, and wait and wait. You may not trade. That's true. You may not even trade. You say, but I just waste 1 hour of my time. No, because that 1 hour, oh, I should have traded that. But it's what it is. That 1 hour will make you mentally talking. Will make you say, okay, I'm not waiting. You know, I can actually see my progress. Back in the day, I would not even wait it, man. I would just see the charts moving and say, okay, get in. That's it. That's it. I don't care. No, you need to get that out from your life. If you're actually be successful and profitable, not just from getting consistently payouts, but actually to grow your capital, you cannot be, you know. Yeah, so again, I made some potential here. This one sucks because this one's actually good. I knew that these prices were actually not bad. I even thought when price, you know, you actually go reverse from there. But nah, this was actually good. As well, this one is actually not bad as well to think about it, but hey, this was actually good. Still, this movement for me is important, but it's still in the range. I think it's gonna go up, and that's it. But let me see how much actually does. So well, here's what it is. Okay, pushed a little bit. Now let me see if I actually closes or not. I reverse again. 68, there's 70 as well. I think it's gonna continue to push. Wow, man, I should go long here, dude. Been perfect, you know. Price actually is going here. I'll actually already go for trail at this price. 65 maybe, 65. Ah, man, we're being great. But hey, it is what it is. This will already be $10 maybe, you know. Let me see what still continues to happen. Okay, but again, it's kind of weird because at the end, price kind of makes a good impulse movement, but then kind of stops there. Might actually retrace a little bit, but then from there, just like 10-20 more minutes accumulating maybe depending on the day, and then continue on its own, but it's kind of, you know, kind of slow. Hey, but still didn't surpass. Well, I surpassed a little bit, but it's gonna be a pullback maybe at 65. No, this is what, 67. That's 60. Well, let's say 70. The middle would be 65. This could be respected easily, and then continue on its own, continue pushing, you know. Let me see what happens. But yeah, I mean, as well, of course, you don't need to be staring at the charts every single time. I mean, again, this should be giving you freedom not to be on 9 to 5 here. If you're gonna be at charts from London in your time and then New York and then Asia session all day without stopping, man, get off the charts. It's not good for you. Psychologically talking as well, you're gonna be seeing candles all the time. But depending if you're waterfall like me, you will be seeing bubbles, bubbles, and bubbles. But hey, that's something you shouldn't do. Get off the charts and that's it. Take a rest. Relax. It's not good to be all day. You're gonna be seeing numbers every single time. But so I'm gonna finish at 15. But again, a day where actually kind of a slow price. Actually made a good movement. I had a chance to buy at this part as well. I got a chance as well. I'm gonna mark this. I got a chance to buy at this and here. Although here we're not being good since seeing price now. But this one is actually the one. I think after this one have been perfect. But it's what it is. I mean, although it's able to make this movement, just just wait for price. That's it. So it is what it is, people. At the end, you just wait, and sometimes it doesn't happen, and that's it. There's nothing to worry about. That's trading. That's the point of it. There will be days like this, or price is actually kind of low because for me, when I was did this to make this price, that's what I always say. New York is not bad, but again, New York in Nasdaq is so crazy. What Nasdaq makes in minutes, dude, gold could take up maybe. I'm saying Nasdaq in 5 to 10, 15 minutes. Nasdaq can just make it in what? In nothing. In gold, in Nasdaq, what Nasdaq makes in nothing, gold can take up to maybe time. There's a problem. There's a difference between these two. Of course, at the end, there's more volume. Nasdaq at the end, this is 30K, and here's 4K. Although for me, I would rather have gold now invested, real gold, than having a lot of shares from different companies of Nasdaq. Although I have it as well, because at the end I invest as well. Investors, you know that. Boom. That's what it is. So I'm gonna see this, but I think I'm gonna wait for later. Maybe it could be a trade, and that's it. But nothing else. But still good, people. Still good. Still good. At the end, I had 2 opportunities actually. Although this one is actually not that much since I hopped in the charts when I was already seeing this. Actually, yeah, seeing this, and I hoped, and I thought the price might actually go back to it and finally go for a bull run, but it didn't. It didn't go back. But again, here's what it is. So 4 minutes, and that's it. But there's nothing for me to worry. I mean, at the end, that's it. That's price. That's a market. You need to be chill. Truly, one thing you can afford to have is feelings. You need to be cold. You execute it, you lose. That's it. You execute it, you lose, then you get out. I know it's easy to say it, but it's kind of hard to do it. But that's it, man. You gotta be fearless. You gotta be ruthless. Because at the end, man, if you feel something, you just lose it a lot. You lose a lot. So price again, still inside of this kind of range. All the structure. I'm sure right now, man. Well, okay. So this could be the rejectance I was waiting for. Price actually rejected again at 368. Kind of weird, I'll actually go for 70. But look, my limit been hit again. That's it. But still respecting 30, 50 actually. Yeah, 50. Yeah, because I have this green, but it doesn't matter. It's actually 50. Yeah. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Where you going, man? Oh. Okay. Wow, now. Okay, so nothing. Okay, people, I think I'm gonna close the stream. And that's it, nothing happened. Apologies for making you bored, but again, if you're gonna see this, just give you a spoiler. Go for 2 times X and just pass it forward, since it's gonna see me talking like a to no one, and that's it. Oh, wait, didn't set it up. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow, people. I still have stuff to do. I still have my fun day, which I'm not gonna be showing you that one. But yeah, I'm alive, so kind of boring, man. This is disgusting. Door, man, door. Okay, he doesn't care about it. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, people. Porta, porfa. So I'll see you tomorrow, people. Thanks. Remember, people, if you're willing to flame, just Blaze. Agent Plumber's out, Blaze Plumber's out, fire out, people. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I could have a good setup. But of course later I'll post the video, and of course later I will tell you if something happens. But that's it. See you. God bless you, people.